The throne hall glittered under the lantern light, heavy with tension. Guards dragged Nia forward, her arms flailing like a child refusing bedtime. Nia, yelling, "Hands off me! Do you know how much this hoodie costs? It's limited edition. Y'all don't have Zara here, do you?" The court gasped as she was brought before the crown prince. Every noble, maid, and guard in the hall stared at her like she was a cursed omen. Gasps filled the room. Some ministers covered their ears. A few maids looked ready to faint. "Minister," to Prince Yi Huan, bowing low. "Your Highness, please! She is possessed. No woman speaks like this unless the devil himself." Nia rolling her eyes and snapping. "Possessed? Baby, the only thing possessing me is caffeine withdrawal. Where is the nearest Starbucks?" Another official, to Prince Yi Huan, bowing. "Your Highness, this creature appeared in your chambers. She speaks with no respect. She insults the palace. Surely she must be executed." Nia cutting him off and snapping. "Executed? Oh honey, no. You don't execute me, I sue you. Try me and I'll call 911 right now." The officials recoiled as though she'd spat fire. Whispers rippled, "Possessed, cursed, foreign demon." But the prince leaned forward on his throne, eyes fixed on her, studying her like a puzzle piece that didn't belong to the set. Prince Yi Huan, calm and steady, "Enough. Release her." The guards reluctantly let go. Nia pointing at the prince, hand on her hip. "Finally, someone who gets it. You better apologize for this. If not, you are going to feel the wrath of Nia Johnson." A ripple of shocked gasps echoed through the court. Speaking so boldly to the crown prince? Unthinkable. But instead of anger, Prince Yi Huan's lips curved into the faintest smile. "Prince Yi Huan," said loudly with authority, "from this moment forward, she will not be imprisoned. She will serve as my personal maid." The hall erupted. Gasps filled the air. Maids whispered. Guards exchanged horrified glances, and in the middle of it all, Nia froze, mouth wide open like she'd just heard the worst news in the universe. The room erupted like fireworks. Nobles shouted, guards looked horrified, and maids clutched their pearls. Minister, furious. "Your Highness, this cannot be!" Maid, whispering. "A maid? That demon? She will burn the palace down!" A nobleman said. "Your Highness! Impossible! This is madness!" A court lady, whispering. "A maid? That wild creature?" Nia, jaw-dropping. "Excuse me? Maid? No. I'm a CEO's daughter. I don't even pour my own water. Do I look like I scrub toilets? Baby! I don't even wash my own dishes. I have a housekeeper. At home, we have a dishwasher. Do you even know what a dishwasher is?" The prince didn't flinch. He only leaned back in his throne, eyes gleaming with quiet amusement. Prince Yi Huan, softly but firm. "Then you will learn." The guards looked at her like she'd cursed at heaven. The prince, however, was watching with that same unreadable expression. Half stone, half amusement. Nia pointing at him, ranting, "Look at me! Do I look like I scrub toilets? Do I look like I iron socks? No! I look like a girl who has a nail appointment every Saturday and needs her Starbucks mobile order ready at 8 a.m. sharp." Guard, snapping. "Silence! You are speaking before the crown prince." Nia, interrupting with a mocking bow. "Oh, crown prince, so scary, so majestic. Ooh, let me bow. Please, he's literally a guy in a robe. Calm down." The palace gasped in unison. A servant dropped her tray. One guard even crossed himself like she was a demon. But the prince's lips twitched again, as though he was fighting to keep from laughing. "Prince Yi Huan, you will serve me starting tomorrow." Nia throwing her hands in the air. Fine, but just so you know, if you think I'm folding your laundry, you've got the wrong girl." Everyone froze at her defiance. The prince's lips curved not in anger, but in the faintest, most dangerous smile. Prince Yi Huan calm but amused. "Then it will be entertaining." And in that instant, Nia realized something terrifying. This wasn't a game. This wasn't a TikTok skit. This was her new nightmare. Nia, muttering to herself, panicked but still bratty. Great. Kidnapped into ancient Korea, no Wi-Fi, no iced latte, and now free slave labor. Someone wake me up. But instead of waking up, she only felt the prince's eyes linger on her, as though he'd found a new kind of entertainment, and perhaps something more. By morning, the news had spread across the palace like wildfire. The strange foreign girl from the dungeons was now the crown prince's personal maid. And while the ministers were still choking on their outrage, poor Nia was choking on her new uniform. Back at the maids' quarters, 2 maids were forcing Nia into a plain gray hanbok. Nia, screaming, no. This is Ugly. What is this burlap chic? Do you guys not have Zara, Prada, anything? Maid, annoyed. It is the uniform of palace maids. Wear it with honor. Nia, dramatic and tearing up. Honor? Honey, this is fashion suicide. My followers are going to roast me. Her first task came swiftly and sweeping the courtyard. Nia holding broom like it's a weapon. What? Is this? A giant chopstick? Where's the Roomba? Do people not believe in technology? Instead of sweeping, she tried to push the dust into one sad pile, then stomped her sneaker into it. The wind blew everything back in her face. Nia, coughing, angry. Okay, seriously? Then, water duty. Nia carries 2 heavy buckets. Nia, struggling. Oh my god, this is child labor. My arms weren't built for this. She made it 3 steps before spilling half the water onto her hanbok. Nia, shrieking. Ew! No, 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 no! This is silk, right? Tell me this is silk! Maid, glaring. It is cotton. Nia, rolling her eyes. Ugh, even worse. Finally, she was given the honor, or curse, of serving tea to the crown prince himself. Nia, balancing tray, whispering to herself, Okay, Nia, breathe. You got this. Just Starbucks it. She poured the steaming tea directly onto her own hand. Nia screaming, ah! Ha! Ha! The entire room gasped. Ministers clutched their robes in horror. But the prince? He simply bit back a laugh, his eyes sparkling. Other maids were gossiping in the corner, Maid 1 whispering, She's useless. The prince will get tired of her. Maid 2 snickering, No! Look at her. She's like a jester. Maybe that's why His Highness keeps her. Maid 3 serious. Or maybe she's here for something greater. But Nia didn't care about their whispers. She was too busy blowing on her burned fingers and muttering about suing ancient Korea. Prince Yihwan, to himself, amused. Truly, she is unlike any other. And though she failed every single task, the prince couldn't seem to look away. After a morning of disasters, broken teapots, wet hanbok, and a near-caffeine meltdown, Nia was summoned once again to attend to the crown prince in the Great Hall. This time, the entire court was present. Ministers, generals, scholars, and rows of bowing maids. The Great Hall, everyone drops to their knees in perfect synchronicity. Nia, standing tall, arms crossed, looking around. Wait, what is this? Why is everyone acting like this man is Beyoncé? The room froze. Dozens of heads shot up in horror. Minister, furious. Silence! You stand in the presence of the crown prince. Bow, woman! Nia, snapping sassily. Bow? Excuse me? I don't bow. The only thing I bow for is good Wi-Fi and concert tickets. Gasps rippled like thunder. Some ministers clutched their chests as though she had stabbed the heavens. Maid, whispering, horrified. She dares speak like this in front of His Highness. Nia points at the prince, bratty and sarcastic. Like, why are y'all kneeling? He's just a guy in fancy clothes. Cute? Sure. But still, just a guy. The hall went into chaos. Ministers yelled. Maids sobbed. Guards drew their swords. Minister, outraged. Blasphemy! This is treason! Nia rolling her eyes, throwing her hands up. Oh my god, chill. In my world, leaders get roasted on TikTok every day. Relax. All eyes turned to the prince, waiting for his wrath. But instead, he was smiling. Prince Yi Huan amused softly. Just a man, you say? He rose from his throne and slowly approached Nia. The hall trembled in silence. Nia, stepping back nervously but still sassy. Yeah? A man with really good cheekbones and muscles, murmurs. Do you work out? A collective gasp swept the court. The ministers looked ready to faint. Minister sputtering. Your Highness, she speaks of you in indecent ways. Nia, mock offense. Indecent? I just asked if he hits the gym. Chill, Grandpa. The prince reached her side, his expression unreadable, but his eyes glimmered with suppressed laughter. Prince Yi Huan to the court. Enough. Do not raise your voices. The chaos slowly died down, though whispers and horrified stares lingered. Prince Yi Huan to Nia, low, almost teasing. You truly see me as just a man? Nia, hands on hips, smug. Yep, a man who owes me a Starbucks. The prince finally let out a laugh, soft but undeniable. And in that sound, the court realized something terrifying. This foreign girl, this loud, spoiled brat, had somehow amused the crown prince. The throne hall was still buzzing with shock. The ministers whispered of curses, the maids prayed under their breath, and the guards gripped their swords tightly. But the prince? He stood before Nia, eyes glinting with something no one else could read. Prince Yi Huan smiling faintly. You may be the first to ever speak to me this way. Nia grinning, smug. You're welcome. The court gasped again, waiting for his fury. But instead, the prince leaned closer and whispered just for her. Prince Yi Huan, careful, maid. One day, you might say too much.